Consider this question deeply. Who stands revealed when the gaze of another falls upon you? More critically, who are you when the relentless scrutiny of the entire world is your constant companion? In this era defined by meticulously curated personas and the deceptive sheen of social filters, your outer self has transformed into an undeniable, living performance. It is an image painstakingly crafted, engineered solely to capture approval, to force belonging, or to desperately cling to a semblance of control in a chaotic world. This is not mere theory. It is a direct confrontation with the fundamental concept of the outer self. It is the public face you strategically deploy before the world. It is the silent conformity you practice to navigate the social terrain. It is the crushing weight of external expectations you inevitably internalize. By dissecting the inherent strengths and confronting the critical weaknesses of this performed identity, you will begin to grasp the profound, often unsettling relationship between how you are perceived and the truth of who you genuinely are. The subtle dance between illusion and reality that shapes your very being. The construction of your outer self commences, invariably, with the forging of a facade. It is a mask meticulously shaped by the demands of each shifting context, a chameleon-like adaptation for every stage of your life. In the cutthroat arena of the workplace, this mask may project an aura of unwavering confidence, an unyielding competence designed to impress and dominate. At the intimate gathering of family, it might soften into a display of practiced humility, an agreeable deference to established roles and histories. Across the digital landscape of social media, it often morphs into forced charisma or calculated trendiness, a carefully curated avatar designed for maximum likes and fleeting attention. These roles, these crafted identities, possess a deceptive potential for empowerment. They grant you the capacity to adapt seamlessly to foreign terrain, enabling you to blend in and navigate unfamiliar social codes with apparent ease. They offer a shield, a crucial layer of psychological armor, enabling you to merely survive the harsh judgments and criticisms of others. Occasionally, they even facilitate a form of external thriving, allowing you to achieve success in a world that rewards outward presentation. But internalize this truth. Every single mask you wear is, in its very essence, a filter. It serves to block the sting of external judgment, to deflect criticism and perceived rejection. Yet with ruthless efficiency, it simultaneously blocks the vital flow of your own authenticity, creating an increasingly opaque barrier between your true self and the world. It facilitates swift adaptation, ensuring a degree of social harmony by allowing you to fit into diverse groups and situations without immediate conflict. It provides a crucial layer of defense, capable of shielding the inner self within hostile environments, protecting your vulnerabilities from perceived threats. It enforces a deceptive clarity within defined role-based systems, be it employee, leader, or parent, making interactions predictable and seemingly efficient. Unchecked, it becomes a destructive habit, gradually, inevitably, replacing authentic expression entirely with the relentless passage of time. This persistent performance breeds profound emotional exhaustion and a crippling confusion of identity, leading to a pervasive sense of inauthenticity. Most critically, it perpetuates shallow, superficial relationships and hollow interactions, preventing genuine connection as others only ever meet the mask, never the person. From the earliest moments of consciousness, the mandate is clear. You are trained to conform. Norms, rigid codes of conduct, elaborate rituals of etiquette, these are the formidable tools society wields with precision. Their singular purpose is to relentlessly shape your behavior into palatable forms, to make you a predictable and manageable component of the collective. Your outer self is molded into a passive vessel for these pervasive expectations, absorbing and reflecting them. The insidious reward for this compliance? A conditional sense of belonging, a temporary inclusion within the group that feels like acceptance. It offers access to perceived opportunity, the chance to advance within the structures of society, and the fleeting comfort of external approval, a brief moment of validation that can feel like genuine connection. But what is the true cost of this conformity? The dulling of your authentic voice, the suppression of the very spark that makes you, uniquely, you. It facilitates an artificial group cohesion, enabling a form of cooperation and shared understanding that might otherwise be impossible without established rules. It serves to suppress the inherent chaos and unpredictability within social environments, creating a sense of order and predictability that reduces friction. It permits individuals to merely function within predefined, shared structures, allowing society to operate on a large scale without constant renegotiation of basic behaviors. With brutal efficiency, it suppresses the very essence of individuality and stifles the spark of creativity, leading to a world of unoriginal thought and unexpressed potential. Internalized repression invariably breeds resentment or fuels explosive rebellion when the true self is suffocated, leading to inner turmoil or outward defiance. Most dangerously, it reinforces oppressive systems of control and exclusion, be it the insidious grip of racism, sexism, or classism, by normalizing harmful biases and marginalizing those who don't fit the imposed mold. The perceived gaze of others holds a terrifying power. How you believe you are seen can dictate the very nature of your actions, shaping your decisions and reactions, often without your conscious awareness. This insidious influence is not always a conscious decision. Often, it operates below the threshold of awareness, a constant, silent feedback loop. The field of social psychology assigns it a name: the looking-glass self. It describes the chilling process by which your self-image is not self-generated, but rather develops directly from your imagination. This creates a dangerous feedback loop, where your actions are driven by an external, imagined reality, rather than an internal, authentic one. It can, deceptively, appear to cultivate a form of social intelligence and self-monitoring, making you more attuned to social cues and potentially more adept at navigating complex group dynamics. It may superficially encourage a semblance of accountability and external consistency as you strive to maintain a positive outward image to avoid perceived judgment. In certain limited contexts, it can seemingly motivate positive external changes or improvements, pushing you to achieve things you might not otherwise, driven by the desire for approval. Its primary function is to breed a crippling dependency on external validation, leaving your self-worth fragile and perpetually at the mercy of others' opinions. It is a fertile ground for the growth of anxiety, the debilitating disease of people-pleasing, or the insidious torment of imposter syndrome, where you constantly fear being found out. Crucially, it imposes a suffocating limit on genuine personal growth, trapping you in a cage forged by the fear of being misunderstood, preventing you from exploring uncharted aspects of yourself. There is a specific manifestation of the outer self rooted in aspiration, a conscious effort to sculpt your identity. This is the curated identity you present, the meticulously edited highlight reel of your existence, devoid of flaws and struggles. It is the idealized image projected outward, a version of yourself you believe will be most accepted, admired, or successful. On the surface, this can appear as a source of motivation, a projection of the self you ostensibly desire to become, a target to aim for. It can momentarily construct confidence through mere embodiment, the dangerous game of fake it till you make it, where the act of appearing confident can sometimes generate a fleeting sense of it. In limited scenarios, it may appear to serve as a temporary stepping stone towards perceived external transformation, opening doors that might otherwise remain closed due to initial impressions. It is a tool for navigating the treacherous waters of status-based environments, such as high-stakes job interviews or competitive networking events, where first impressions are paramount. The inherent risk is profound. It can solidify into a corrosive delusion or a permanent, unbreakable facade, where the ideal becomes a prison from which you cannot escape. It acts as a powerful distraction, pulling focus away from essential inner healing or genuine self-acceptance, as all energy is diverted to maintaining the external shell. Its ultimate outcome is the devastating encouragement of a performative life, a hollow echo, tragically prioritized over an authentic one, leaving you feeling empty and disconnected from your true self. Consider the moment the outer self is pushed to its extreme, when it is grotesquely exaggerated for calculated effect. When it becomes utterly consumed by its own projected image, it ceases to be merely a facade. It becomes a caricature, a distorted, oversimplified, and often inauthentic version of you. This grotesque transformation occurs when the fleeting validation of public recognition ruthlessly supplants the vital practice of personal reflection. It is the dangerous point at which the crafted avatar achieves a velocity that far outpaces the grounded reality of the human being it supposedly represents, leaving the authentic self far behind in the dust. The pursuit of external recognition becomes an insatiable hunger, consuming all internal energy. Its fundamental fragility means it is perpetually prone to sudden collapse under intense scrutiny, or the inevitable burnout that comes from maintaining an unsustainable performance. Critically, it possesses a fatal inability to evolve in congruence with the actual, developing person, trapping you in a fixed, outdated identity that hinders growth. Most devastatingly, it relentlessly deepens the chasm, the painful divide, between how one externally lives and how one internally feels, leading to profound emotional isolation and a sense of being lost within one's own identity. The outer self is not, inherently, the enemy you must destroy. It serves a purpose. It is a seemingly necessary component for merely navigating the complex terrain of the social world, allowing for interaction and function. But recognize the inherent danger. Left unchecked, left without conscious command, it possesses the insidious power to eclipse your inner truth entirely. It will distort the very essence of your identity, leaving you feeling hollow and disconnected. The deceptive strength of the outer self resides solely in its functional utility, its ability to help you operate in society. Its profound and destructive weakness lies in its unchecked dominance when it becomes the sole definition of who you are. As we prepare to transition into the depth of part 2 of this series, our focus must turn relentlessly inward. We will confront the hidden, the intensely vulnerable, the often unspoken aspects of selfhood. Only by daring to understand both the polished surface and the complex depth reflected in the mirror, that the unwavering power of authenticity truly begins to emerge. If you enjoyed the content and would like to support this channel, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the section below. And I'll see you next time.